Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Massa with Massa & Associates, and welcome to Market Update Monday for Monday, January 25th of 2021. Again, we just closed out 2020, and as I mentioned in my full-on market report, if you saw that last week, there was the top three. We went over the top three highest performing zip codes in San Diego County over the last 5 years with the highest appreciation growth. Again, to get into that report, it was basically had to sell at least 100 homes throughout the year, be in San Diego County for detached homes. So let's go over the number one performing zip code, which is La Jolla 92037. La Jolla's had quite a run in the last 2 years. La Jolla, the zip code of La Jolla wasn't even in the top 10 for the top performing zip codes over the last 5 years. But over this last year, La Jolla had a huge shift in the demand there. Let's just take you back just 6 months ago. The amount of inventory in La Jolla in July was just under 6 months of inventory. And to close out the year, they were at 2.9. So they've eroded 50% of the inventory in the last just 6 months. It's just been completely on fire. And to close out this year, earn the number one spot with 46.2% median price point increase over the last 5 years. So if you're owning or own an investment property or a home in La Jolla over the last 5 years, you're probably pretty excited about it. So let's go over really quick the December numbers to close out the year for the zip code of La Jolla, starting with new listings. Okay, in the month of December 2020, La Jolla had 34 new listings hit the market, which was a decrease of 17%. An increase rather of 17% from the year before, where they had only 29 new listings hit the market in December. Going down to the number of closed sales, La Jolla had 42 homes that closed in the month of December as opposed to 25 last year. That's a 68% increase of number of closed sales. Days on market is definitely still coming down like many other zip codes or many other areas of San Diego County. 34 days is the average days on market as opposed to 54 in December last year, which was a decrease by 37% in the number of days on the market. So here's what's going up is the median price point and the average price point of a detached home in La Jolla. The median price point for the month of December was just over 2.3 million, just under 2.4 million at 2.390 million, which was a 27% increase over the 1.8 million or just under 1.9 million of December of last year. Now, the average price point, keep in mind, because there are some very large sales, $8, $9, $10, $15 million homes being sold in La Jolla, it can skew the numbers from month to month. However, in December, the average price point was a little over 3.3 million for a detached home, as opposed to December of 2020, where it was just over 2.3 million. That's a 41% increase in the average sales price for a home in La Jolla. So the inventory is basically the biggest driver, along with interest rates, that we're seeing basically influencing these market conditions here. Now, as I mentioned earlier, La Jolla's had a complete turnaround in their inventory levels. But just to give you an idea, the number of homes that were for sale in December of 2020 was 104 homes. That's down 35% from the 161 homes that was for sale last December. And again, we're sitting at 2.9 months of inventory in the zip code of La Jolla, where back even to July of 2020, they had 5.9 months of inventory, right? So from December last year through about July, they're sitting right in between that 5 and 6 months of inventory mark. And since July has basically cut their inventory levels in half, which is down, basically 45% from last December to the 2.9 months of inventory we have currently right now. So starting off a new year, there's new listings coming out every day in La Jolla. I know we have a couple of them. We put one into escrow already this year's, which is great. But if you have any comments, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Does that surprise you that La Jolla is the number one performing zip code in all of San Diego County or not? Please leave your comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Give me a call. But again, like this, share with a friend. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks again. We'll see you next week for the number 2 and the number 3 spots of the top performing communities in San Diego County. Thanks again. We'll see you next week.